Hello and welcome to the Turbo Newscast,
Yay.
part 3 of section 1. That's
Where we
right,
talk
it's
out
the
of our asses.
science part, also known as the out my ass part.
Out.
Oh, there we go. Well,
Where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
welcome to the Turbo Newscast, where the stories are made up and the points don't matter.
We should start giving points.
Yes, we should. Cry, you get 5 points.
For being cry. Anyways.
Alrighty. We're going to start out with carbon nanotubes. A depressing story about carbon nanotubes. You remember how they how earlier we had a story about the pencil that makes carbon nanotubes that you can just draw a line and it's a pencil of carbon, or a line of carbon nanotubes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
with like circuit things?
Yeah, you can just draw a circuit board.
Oh yeah.
Well, turns out carbon nanotubes are about as dangerous as asbestos.
So as long as you don't breathe it.
Don't breathe this.
Please do not consume the carbon nanotubes.
Yes, apparently inhaling carbon nanotubes could be as harmful as breathing in asbestos, and its use should be regulated lest it lead to the same cancer and breathing problems that prompted a ban on the use of asbestos as insulation in buildings, according to Nature Nanotechnology.
Well, we use dangerous stuff all the time in science. So
Yeah. According to the University of Edinburgh MRC Centre for Inflammation Research in Scotland, scientists observed that long, thin carbon nanotubes look and behave like asbestos fibers, which have been shown to cause mesothelioma, a deadly cancer of the membrane lining the body's internal organs, in particular the lungs, that can take 30 to 40 years to appear following exposure.
So do not give this to kids. Lesson learned.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
That carbon would do this.
Yeah. It makes sense that carbon nanotubes would do something like this.
Well,
because
carbon
really,
is dangerous
yeah.
regardless.
Yeah.
Except when it's diamonds.
Really, this isn't all that surprising when you think about it. It's just kind of a Debbie Downer.
Is it as dangerous as hard water?
I don't know.
You're not a chemist?
No.
No. I thought
I'm a
you got
computer science, not a chemical
thought-
scientist.
I thought you got your doctorate in chemistry.
I don't have a doctorate
Oh.
yet.
Oh. You gonna get one?
Probably not. I'd just
Oh.
love to be called Dr. Jameson.
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna get mine in political science, and you can call me Dr. Zella,
Cliff Jameson, PhD.
PhD. So is that the point of the story, or no?
Let's that was a depressing story. Let's bring up
It's
the
that
tone.
depressing. It's just
It's depressing because science. Carbon nanotubes are fucking awesome.
but because they're slightly
But they're
dangerous.
dangerous.
We do dangerous stuff all the time.
Yeah. Well, either way, I'm gonna cheer us up. Kind of.
Okay.
According to a new study, home air conditioning has cut premature deaths on hot days by 80% since the 1960s. So,
And they told me it was just a convenience.
yeah, in the past half a century, your chances of dying on an extremely hot day have plummeted by about 80%. These findings are based on a comprehensive analysis of U.S. mortality records dating from 1900, suggesting the spread of air conditioning in the developing world could play a major role in preventing future heat-related deaths linked to climate change. Very few United States homes had air conditioning before 1960, and by 2004, that figure had climbed to 85%.
My house has it.
Yeah, the team of research from Tulane University, Carnegie Mellon University, the National Bureau of Economic Research, and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology examined patterns in heat-related deaths between 1900 and 2004, and found that days on which temperatures rose above 90 degrees Fahrenheit accounted for 600 premature deaths annually between 1960 and 2004, 1/6 as many as would have occurred under pre-1960 conditions.
See, technology improves the lives of many.
Technology has always done that. Well, except for bombs and tanks
And except for
guns
anything that's related to death, yes.
and Justin Bieber and
Well, as far as technology
YouTube.
is, well, YouTube is debatable on if it's helped or harmed society.
Yeah, I would have converted it or used the Celsius reading, but they didn't get one. So, sorry about that. Yes, that is over 30°C for you normal people out there.
30°C.
30°C.
And then add 273.
Alrighty. Well, let's go to this next story, because this one... It's kind of one of those ones that makes you just sit there and think.
I doubt it will. I'm too tired to think.
This 15-year-old kid may have just saved your life.
Different loads.
Out of all the things that happened this year, one of the most important innovations is one you probably didn't know about. 15-year-old Jack Andraka has developed a cheap, easy, and highly accurate paper sensor for the early detection of pancreatic cancer, and in May won the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair in the Medical and Health Sciences category, earning $75,000.
Did we talk about this?
No.
I thought we did.
No, we haven't. We talked about something similar.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he was older, though. He was like 16 or 18.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I know what you're talking about, though. I remember that story, vaguely.
Okay.
If you live in America, chances are you've lost at least one relative or friend to pancreatic cancer, because it's one of the most common and most lethal forms of cancer. And so Jack explains. So what I did is create this paper sensor, and it basically has a single-wall carbon nanotubes, which are atom-thick tubes of carbon mixed with antibodies. Hey, look, carbon nanotubes. To this one cancer biomarker called mesothelin. An antibody is basically a molecule that binds specifically to one other molecule. So what happens is, when I compared it, the current gold standard of protein detection is called ELISA, enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay. It was actually 168 times faster, over 26,000 times less expensive, and over 400 times more sensitive. And what I found is that my sensor in a blind study actually had a 100% correct diagnosis in diagnosing pancreatic cancer, and could diagnose the cancer before it actually became invasive. I didn't expect it to be this good.
And now, instead of pancreatic cancer, you have mesothelioma.
Now here's the part that makes you think. Just kind of sit there and think.
Okay.
He's 15.
Yeah.
And he just came up with a test that's roughly 100%, according to him, correct in diagnosing pancreatic cancer before it becomes invasive. I'm 19, almost 20, and I'm sitting here doing a show on the internet. That is my claim to fame. I do shows on the internet.
It's debatable how much fame there is in that. Seems like you're doing better.
Yeah, so I just go, I'm 19 years and 362 days old.
Oh yeah, your birthday is really soon.
My birthday is in 3 days. Well,
Happy
almost 2 days.
birthday. It'll be past your birthday by the time people on YouTube see this.
Yep. It'll be the day after my birthday.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna say not to worry about it. Because if you do, you are going to be continuously disappointed in your life.
No, I'm never disappointed in my life. I'm really happy. I wouldn't... Honestly, I couldn't do something like that. I can guarantee that even if you sat me down and taught me exactly, step by step, how the fuck to do all of this, I wouldn't do it. Because I just... That's not my thing. I couldn't
But you would
do it.
cure, but you would prevent a lot of cancer if you did it. I have a feeling that if you had the opportunity, you would do it.
Okay, if I had the opportunity, the knowledge, the resources,
Regardless of it not being in your field.
and everything, yeah, I would do it. But currently, no, there's no possible way that in any legitimate reality that I could possibly have done this.
But it's already been done, so you don't need to do it anyway.
Exactly.
So it's all good.
Alright, well, let's move on.
Okay.
Before I start questioning my own existence. To, Stanford.
Yay, Stanford.
Stanford has created flexible, high-efficiency peel-and-stick solar cells.
Business cards.
You could put them anywhere.
Dude, I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of these.
That's so cool. I love this ad. You can just toss it on your cell phone, toss it on your business card, toss it on your window.
Yeah.
Researchers at Stanford have created the first peel-and-stick solar cells. They're flexible, can be attached to a variety of surfaces, windows, business cards, clothing, and most importantly, they can be produced using conventional industry standard facilities and materials. Furthermore, it should be possible to use their new process to create peel-and-stick computer chips and LCD displays. To make a peel-and-stick solar cell, they begin with a standard silicon wafer that has had a layer of silicon dioxide grow on it. A 300 nanometer layer of nickel is deposited on the wafer, then a conventional hydrogenated amorphous silicon thin film solar cell. Holy fuck, that's a long description of a of an item.
That's why it's called TFSC.
Thin film solar cell is deposited on top of that. The whole thing is covered in a protective polymer, plastic, and finally, a piece of thermal release tape is attached to the top of the solar cell. Think of it as normal adhesive tape that can be removed with heat.
So, See, I know
And he's
exactly what they're talking
Oh,
about
there we
here because I'm on course in microelectronics.
Yay!
It's,
Someone who knows what
there
they're
you go.
talking about.
I know what's going on here.
Woohoo! You talk.
I understand. I don't know. I just understand what it means. I don't really know much about it.
Can you
More
explain
than
it?
that. Oh,
Okay,
we're
fine.
done. That's all it means. It means it's good stuff.
Fine, be that way.
I will be that way.
I like this one, because this shows just how simple it is to use. You make them, and then I would assume you sell them to a consumer. This is the consumer steps. You peel it in a bath of water. You place it on the target,
The target.
and then you just remove the holder. Boom, done. That simple. It's like a temporary tattoo.
Dude, I would put them on like cans of soda. I don't know why. Just would.
You don't even have to heat the water up or anything. It's just room temperature water. and you can just pop it on anything. It's literally a temporary tattoo, but way more fucking awesome.
But your grandparents won't yell at you for it.
Well,
They
you
might
never know.
because technology, but
Why did you stick your solar cells on my dog?
you have the most powerful dog in the galaxy.
I really do want to know if it would actually work as like a temporary tattoo. You just stick it on your arm and
Dude, you would
boom,
stick it
I
all over
generate
yourself.
electricity.
You would stick it on your arms. I know you would.
I totally would.
Not sure it's made for that purpose, though.
I don't even care.
What's next?
Now you can put them on helmets, cell phones, convex windows, portable electronic devices, curved roofs, clothing, virtually anything.
Including Cliff's skin.
Please say that includes skin. Please.
What would be your use for it on your skin anyway?
I don't even care. Solar cells on my arms.
I don't feel like you've thought this through.
And?
You make bad decisions when you
Okay,
don't think
here's the
things through.
use. Here's the use. You go to like Disneyland or something. You're out there standing in a short sleeve shirt all day. You've papered your arm in solar cells. Your cell phone dies. You just plug it into your arm and charge it up again.
Into your arm.
Yes.
Don't worry, it's okay, people. I'm not a cyborg. I just have a... It would also prevent you from getting a sunburn there.
That too.
So if you covered yourself in solar cells, you would never have to worry about getting a sunburn because the solar cells will take care of it.
Of course, you'd also have to worry about looking like fucking,
R2 or C3PO.
yeah. But that's neither here nor there. Alrighty. Let's move on to Ontario. Because I feel like it.
Lake Ontario?
No.
Or the... Oh. I gotcha.
Oh,
The
God.
area in Canada.
Ontario man's sight restored with the help of stem cells. Doctors diagnosed Taylor Binns with a rare eye disease called corneal limbal stem cell deficiency, which was causing the normal cells on Binns' corneas to be replaced with scar tissue, leading to painful eye ulcers that clouded over his corneas. Cornea, not cornea. Cornea.
Or-
A variety of things can cause the condition, including chemical and thermal burns to the corneas, which are the glass domes over the colored part of our eyes. But it's also thought that microbial infections and wearing daily wear contact lenses for too long without properly disinfecting them can lead to it too. Since corneal transplant was not an option, doctors proposed something new, a limbal stem cell transplant. The limbus is the border area between the cornea and the whites of the eyes, where the eye normally creates new epithelial cells. And since his was damaged, doctors hoped that giving him healthy limbal cells from a donor would cause healthy new cells to grow over the surface. He decided it was worth a try, since the alternative was to live in constant pain his entire life, so really wasn't anything to lose. And, it worked.
Yay.
Within a month, he could see 2040. His last visit, he was 2020 and 2040.
Cool.
That's
I have no idea how good or bad that is.
pretty damn good. 2020 is like,
Well, I know 2020 is
yeah.
like perfect. I don't know anything else.
As the second number gets bigger, you get worse. So like 2040, it's a little bit worse. 2100 is how the fuck can you see me?
I can just make out your outline.
I think that's a nose. No,
I
that's the wall.
That's the wall. I'm not even standing in front of you.
I'm over there.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting.
It was.
But for more yay science,
Yay.
let's go to
Oh, the double barrels.
yes. Let's go here.
It's just because it's double barrels. That's all the reason you wanted it.
Even no, double-barreled 50 kilowatt laser weapon shoots down drones and mortar rounds. Just because it's a laser gun is why I liked this story.
Lasers.
German defense contractor Rheinmetall, sorry, has shown off a new two-part laser system with a combined output of 50 kilowatts capable of shooting down drones and intercepting mortar rounds mid-flight. It consists of a 30 kilowatt primary laser mounted on a rotating turret and a 20 kilowatt secondary beam for targeting stationary objects. In tests conducted in late November, the beams combined to slice through a 15mm steel girder at a distance of roughly 1,000 yards, while a 30 kilowatt laser on its own was able to intercept a drone moving at more than 110 miles per hour.
That's a fairly efficient system right there.
That's fucking cool. Perhaps the most impressive aspect of the system is its ability to lock onto a small moving target. In order to simulate a mortar round, testers used a steel ball of just over 3 inches in diameter. The high-energy laser was able to detect the incoming projectile before using 2 levels of tracking, a rough positioning provided by the mechanical turret, and a more accurate fine-tuning by the laser itself to intercept the target.
I was gonna say America, but we're not smart enough to make anything like this.
No, this is Germany.
This is Germany.
Germany! Fuck yeah!
They got lasers now. Better be careful. Don't send your drones over to Germany.
Although, to be fair, as far back as 2010, U.S. firm Raytheon demonstrated another 50 kilowatt weapon with comparable capabilities, including the ability to shoot down a drone from a moving warship. So yes, technically, you could say America, fuck yeah.
From a moving warship?
I don't know, maybe they got a Star Destroyer out there and started...
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know, all I want to see is this... All I want is this mounted on a fucking TIE fighter.
Yeah.
We need TIE fighters.
We just need TIE fighters in general.
Yes.
We could be the Empire.
And you know we'd be the ones to do it. Either us or like China or
North Korea. If they had the money.
no, not North Korea. They'd want to, but I don't think they'd be able to.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe Japan.
Japan. So now we talked about all the TIE fighters. What
God,
else
I
is there
can't wait
possibly-
until we have TIE fighters and X-Wings and,
What else is there possibly to talk about?
well, space. Let's just go straight into it. And you know that that when we do get like actual spaceships like that, space fighters, they won't look like anything from Star Wars. You
No,
know
I
they'll
wish they-
kind of look like it because everyone is going to have their inspiration from fucking Star Wars. Everyone is going to want to make a TIE fighter.
Damn, I hope it looks like that from Star Wars.
But you know that won't be the most efficient thing.
No. Oh, there's more dangers with space travel. Okay.
Yeah, TIE fighters won't be the worst. Studies have shown space travel is actually harmful to the brain. A new study out today in the journal PLOS One shows that cosmic radiation, which would bombard astronauts on deep space missions to places like Mars, could accelerate the onset of Alzheimer's disease.
Well, fuck.
That's really all you can say in it. Just, there's nothing else to say about this, just fuck.
We can't do anything about it.
Yeah, well, no, we had a couple stories before about speeding up or slowing down Alzheimer's, so we can
eliminate it altogether and then we're fine.
Yeah. And then, of course, Tim also brings up shielding. Radiation shields.
Raise the shields. What are those again? You don't have those yet.
Raise the shields. Shit, I knew we forgot something when we took off.
I knew I forgot to build something.
Oh. But yeah, there's always something, isn't it?
You're just waiting for Google to come in from another planet with like a giant star destroyer and just pick you up and take you away.
Turns out all of Google are aliens. The rest of the fleet is incoming.
You know that someone believes that's true.
Oh god, yeah.
There is someone that believes that is the truth.
I've forgotten if there's a Google Space or not.
Google Space.
If there is, I don't think I'm surprised.
Promethean ruins on Mars. We haven't discovered any.
Google Space within Google Earth? I think it would be the other way around. But, alright. We've got one more to talk about before we head off to a break. NASA has plans to lasso an asteroid and turn it into a space station.
How the balls does that work?
I don't know.
That
NASA
seems...
scientists are planning to capture a 500-ton asteroid, relocate it, and turn it into a space station for astronauts to refuel on their way to Mars.
How the balls are they gonna pull this off?
According to a report prepared by NASA and the California Institute of Technology, scientists, prepared by those scientists, sorry, I accidentally a comma, a asteroid capture capsule would be attached to an old Atlas V rocket and directed toward the asteroid between the Earth and the Moon. Once close, the asteroid capsule would release a 50-foot diameter bag that wraps around the spinning rock using drawstrings. The craft would then turn on its thrusters, using an estimated 300 kilograms of propellant, to stop the asteroid in its tracks and tow it into a gravitationally neutral spot.
And then Superman comes in and saves the day when
From
it all backfires.
From here, space explorers would have a stationary base from which to launch trips deeper into space. Though NASA did decline to comment on the project, it's believed that technology would make it possible within 10 to 12 years. That's...
And then we can have a bar on an asteroid.
God damn, that sounds so cool. But it sounds so bad of an idea.
Yeah. Just strap rockets to it.
Everyone have Aerosmith on standby for a song tie-in. Alright. Well...
We don't know how good or bad this could be. We're just kind of guessing out of our asses.
Yeah. We're gonna have to wait like 10 to 12 years for this, so we'll see.
We'll see.
Alrighty. We're gonna take another quick break. We'll be right back with section 2.
Yay!
You know that one.
The fun stuffs.
See y'all.